well, you know, it's a secret of playing any guitar. You just have to have the right touch, you know. So I worked on it for a while. Now I got the touch.
Okay. And well, what struck you about then Exile on Main Street? Because you got your first guitar, and your brother got Exile on Main Street. I think.
Yeah. I mean, I got the guitar, and my brother bought me the record at the same time. It was the same Christmas, you know.
Yeah.
So, well, that record, you know, it just sounded like an entire universe to me. You know, it didn't just sound like music. It sounded like the door was opening on an entire universe, a whole world of things. I could see into that record. I could see the people in it, not just the band. I could see beyond it. I felt like I could see the people that they were talking about, and it just seemed like a place where I wanted to go.
Hey, vinyl community, Steve here, FlipSideCT, and I guess I took about a month off, and it's sort of my pattern now. Don't have a hell of a lot of albums, but plenty of listening, I'll tell you that. Got some Record Store Day albums, 2 of them, and 2 albums I was sent by Stavros, Spinnin Greek. Got a chance to talk with Stavros, and had a good time, of course. And yeah, so we're ending 2020 soon. We got Thanksgiving happening here in the U.S. and big family friends get together, but that's not happening. We got to be safe. So gotta suck it up for this season, and hopefully by May we can have some normalcy here. Anyway, we'll see what happens. Just being safe and hanging out and listening to music. Got plenty of it, and just picking up a few things here and there. I got a couple other things I still got to show. I got about maybe 4 albums, or I don't know, something like that. Still working on documentaries. The mojo is just a little weak. I'm gonna kick it in probably within the next month. You know, I got the Let It Bleed. I still got the punk documentary, working with that. Possibly I want to just show a few of my guitars. So that's not vinyl related, but something somebody had asked, so I wanted to show them. Anyway, so this Record Store Day, I picked this up. Which one was it? I can't remember. This was the last one, yeah. And I had mentioned I was going to stand in line for this guy. And I did. I got there an hour earlier, and there's actually 3 people for the whole time. One person was there at 12:30 in the morning. This is what it is. I just waited an hour, but it was well worth it for this artist. And this artist has played with several known musicians that you know of. I'm sort of keeping this like a riddle, and then I'll let you know who it is. But he's played with some big names, and he is basically low-key. I regret not seeing him when he came to Connecticut a few times. Really, really regret it. And he was born in Jersey in 1968. Played guitar in bar bands. He just built himself up. And to make a long story short, 1988 to 92, he played with Blackfoot. And I can't see that, but okay. He learned a lot. This guy's just so cool. Everybody that I hear interviews with him just say he's such a wonderful person and relaxed, and he just performs the hell in playing. And I'm not talking about he's not a lightning fast boogie woogie fast Johnny Winter player. Just has his own style. His lyrics are just beautiful, and his voice is so underestimated. Anyway, he had 10 solo albums. He did 6 of them in 5 years, 1994, 95 to like 2011. So The Record Store Day is his first album. And I had to get it because I couldn't get it anywhere else except CD. So this is now Neil Casal. He has played, like I told you, with many bands. You'll probably know him from Chris Robinson Brotherhood. He played with Ryan Adams and the Cardinals. He's played with, I'm going to show you this album here, Hardworking Americans. And wonderful album, Rest in Chaos. Give it Americana music, beautiful guitars and everything. Give this a listen. Neil's in here. So I wanted to make sure I showed that. But this is his first, and I had to buy this and get this. I was so stoked. I told Stavros, because he's a fan of him also, and he couldn't find it. And he said, I don't give a shit, I'm going to buy it wherever I can. And there was only one available around. I think he got it overseas. So Stavros, I hope you got that album, because you know how good this is. I have so many notes here. I don't want to make this into a big deal. Like I said, he just played around. He has a real cool band that he founded in 2002 called Hazy Malaise. This is just kick-ass music. It's just kick-ass, I don't know if you want to call it pop, but rock, you know, just so good. And I can't find this. It's only on CDs, unfortunately. That's not what I buy. Sometimes I do. Anyway, I listen to CDs, but I don't really make an effort buying it. He played in LA, he played in New York, he went back and forth.
Okay, and well, I read in your bio for this record that you were saying, well, you've always felt a sadness. But do you still recall the first time you felt it, or?
I don't really recall a specific moment when I felt it for the first time. I just remember it always kind of being there, you know? From my first memories, it seems to be just an overriding feeling that I've had. Not all the time, you know, not every moment of my life is sad at all. I mean, and at the moment I'm really quite happy and I enjoy myself, you know. I think I'm pretty optimistic. I have a good time in life, but there's just this feeling underneath everything that's kind of melancholic, and I've always had it, you know. And I think, I don't know, I might think of things differently if my family situation, like if my parents had stayed together, maybe it would have a different feeling, you know. But some things happened early in my life that kind of shook things up, and, you know, there was this sadness that was already there kind of increased, you know, so that's how I remember it. But I don't remember really a specific, like, first time. Okay. It's just sort of a general feeling, but you know, it's okay.
But is it for you then?
And I'm just going to get right to the point here. And listening to some interviews, you would never know it, and his friends would never know it, that he must have been real depressed. Neil committed suicide in August of 2019, just a year ago. He was working with Shooter Jennings, worked with the Jayhawks, he worked with Willie Nelson. People had no idea. He had a band called Circles, oh gosh, I don't even remember it. Circles Around the Sun. Yeah, Circles Around the Sun. Played with Phil Lesh. He was a Deadhead, he loved the Dead. Anyway, committed suicide. You would never know listening to him. He was thinking forward, presenting forward. He even said how California made him mellow out and basically brought him down to earth, and his writings even reflected it, his calmness. But anyway, Must have been in deep trouble. Can't even imagine. Can't even imagine that. I had friends who have done that, and it hits me home personally. So I sort of shocked when I heard about Neil. Anyway, give it a listen, please. The music is just unbelievable. Okay, so when here's the solo album. Lyrics are great. So when I saw this album on Record Store Day, I know Changes 1, Changes 2, Bowie is hits. And when I saw this, I said, oh, another hits. I'm not even going near it. And after I started watching couple videos that people were talking about how this is more of a recording of a rehearsal live that he was doing for his birthday celebration. So this was for the BBC recording he was making. He hand-selected these songs. I mean, these songs are just freaking killer. At least, most of them. I'm not too familiar with the Tin Machine one, but it's not Tin Machine-esque, so that's good. Repetition from Lodger. But these other ones, the version of White Light, White Heat is just beautiful, Aladdin Sane. And Gail Ann Dorsey, who's the bald-headed bassist woman, is on here, and she does a great job. Reeves Gabrels plays. So in '94, in this time frame when we recorded '96, the acoustic thing was really happening. Those MTV things. So this is like an acoustic album. Mostly. Some of it has the drums and a little bit rocking, but more acoustic, and I wanted to get this because I really want to hear Bowie with acoustic. I want to hear his voice. One thing about Bowie and Mick Jagger, Richard Butler of the Furs, Johnny Lydon, and there's several others. The ones that sing like they're British. You hear the Ian Dory is big with that with his Cockney. You hear the British accent, and I think there's a pattern in me on more of the bands that I enjoy. Anyway, just hearing Bowie's voice is just beautiful on here. I'm really glad I bought this. It's paid about $30. 2,000 are made, I believe. You could probably still get this. Recorded November '96. Preparation again for his birthday show at the Madison Square Garden. He did this recording also for BBC Radio. Just wonderful. I mean, this is not the average typical Record Store Day release live album of David. This is different, folks. This is a real sweet package. And then he was very calm, very subdued, and in a great mood. And I mean, you look at him, he's definitely pretty relaxed. And these songs are great. It's great to hear these. So Stavros sent me 2 records. He knew I would love them. He was right on. He knows me. And this one is from Stiff. This is a different version than what you've seen. There is a Stiff Live, or Live Stiff's album that's American made. I think it's the white cover, and this one is the British version. And Stiff Records in '77 was this new punk label bringing on independent artists. They're taking a tour. They're all together here. You got Reckless Eric. I saw Reckless Eric perform at WFMU record show a couple of years ago, which was great. You got Nick Lowe. These are musicians who've been out there before punk. You got Elvis Wallace, his name is, Larry Wallace, and Ian Dory. Fun album, great album. Wonderful to have for the collection for the punk side. Very nice quality. and EMI, and they just were playing bars and locals and just getting the word out. And very cool to have. Glad I got it now. And I'll take anything Buddy Guy, Junior Wells. I'll take. He knew that I would want this. Basically, Bill Wyman was backing Muddy Waters at Montreux in Switzerland back in the 70s. And when Muddy finished, Buddy and Junior Wells were going to go on, and they were just really unhappy with their backup band. And of course, Buddy knew Bill, and he asked Bill if he could assemble a rhythm section for him. And he put in Terry Taylor and Dallas Taylor on drums. And then Buddy had his Junior Wells and also Pinetop Perkins. Fabulous blues honky-tonk piano player. When you hear that, you just, it stands out. And you just wish you could play like that. When I hear that, I just say, damn. I mean, I play guitar. I wish I played piano. I really do. It's such a great instrument. You can't bring it everywhere, so that's the only bad part. This is just blues record. Just love this. Very cool to have. Thank you, Stavros. This is on Blind Pig Records, so the quality is fantastic on it. Very clear, very precise. That's all I got, BC, and I hope you do well. Have holidays, great ones. Just listen to your music. Treat each other right. And it's rock and roll. We'll talk soon. Bye-bye.